Oh yeah, I definitely remember this one. Walgreens had a very shaky history when it came to their advertisements, especially the most infamous, which was the
Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Head on.
Shut up! Oh my god, I don't care!
Today their ads are pretty much bland and forgettable. But there's a certain piece of ad and advertisements that I actually have remembered through the years, and it was around the early 2000s that I actually remember these ads. These ads from 2005 to 2006 were talking about a very whimsical land called the town of Perfect, USA. Has very, very nice music, and it was, well, conducted by Steve Ford Music Studio in Chicago. Pretty nice voice also. The nice voice that we hear on the actual ads is done by Jim Dale. And it's just so soothing and so calm. It really, really is a beautiful piece of, well, televised history, like commercially vised history. I just love these ads very much. Not many of them I remember, but I do remember the Halloween one when I was a kid, when I was 5 years old. From the moment I saw that ad, I knew Halloween was very, very special.
Here, everyone dresses up.
Sure, everything looks paler as Shemp getting seasick in the Three Stooges.
Oh no!
But you didn't really care, because you were part of the atmosphere itself. Looking at the endless supply of candy, the beautiful carved jack-o'-lanterns, and probably one of the scariest villages that you will ever see in your whole entire life. When you look at that sign of Perfect, you see cobwebs and then you see figures dancing around. It's such a magical place that actually talks about the perfect side of Halloween. But also brings a bigger message too. Life's not always perfect. So, you make the best that count. And what makes it best that count? Buy anything at Walgreens, obviously. Though today in 2024, not a lot of people are doing that. But it makes perfect sense, because perfect's in the name of this whole thing. And what else can I say? This ad was so damn perfect. I hope they bring back ads similar to this. Let's go to the next one.
Of course, life isn't always perfect, so there's Walgreens, open every day, many 24 hours, with everything needed for Halloween. That's life. This is Walgreens.
Ever hear of a gift certificate that turns into a soft drink?
Here's an old McDonald's ad that aired about 45 years ago.
When you give out McDonald's Halloween gift certificates.
From the 1940s, McDonald's became probably one of the most popular fast food restaurant chains in the world, alongside having very fair and reasonable prices. And at the time, yeah, they were still reasonable.
A book of 20 Halloween gift certificates costs only $1.
Before the popular days of Ronald McDonald, which began in the 1960s, McDonald's had another mascot named Speedy the Chef. He was quite literally the most forgotten character and mascot. He basically is a chef that winks, has a very big round head, and actually has a sign talking about the menu items or saying just, "Hello, I'm Speedy." Very forgettable character, but a lot of people kind of still remember him from the days when McDonald's was only 10 cents. In 1988, McDonald's had the Halloween gift certificates that cost only $1 for a book of 10, and also had a mail-in certificate for a free Roger Rabbit when buying the VHS tape of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which was popular at the time.
A deal so good, it's eerie.
But it was not until 1979 when we got our advertisement for the Halloween gift certificates, which a book of 20 of those actually cost $1 as well. But you also got this jack-o'-lantern who sounds like an addict.
Ever hear of a gift certificate that turns into a soft drink? Oh, it can happen this Halloween. Drink. Oh, a book of 20 Halloween gift certificates costs only $1.
No, seriously, I think this pumpkin had way too much pumpkin spice lattes for breakfast in the morning. Well, regardless, this ad was pretty fun, including the 80s one. I just wish McDonald's was fair about their prices today in 2024. Only time will tell.
Nobody can do it like McDonald's can.
Nobody.
Presenting sheer madness.
In 1987, Circuit City created the Midnight Madness Sale. It's kind of similar to most other sales that we know today. A special time of the year, prices go down. And there are unique prices at the time for some of the most expensive stuff at the time as well. Most of them we have used before, but looking at these prices, I'm in shock that they're literally this low. For instance, a VHVCR set is actually a total of $169, as an RCA colored TV is actually a mere $266. Like, compared to today's money where prices are skyrocketing, this is pretty much something I wish we had back, pretty much. Sales where prices actually are in a very reasonable price. I'm not saying for all this old stuff, well, most of the stuff, to be this super cheap, but I'm expecting a fair price. That's all I'm asking. All I'm asking is a fair price. Circuit City, they kind of knew what they were doing at the time.
Circuit City's Midnight Madness Sale. Get there by midnight before the curtain falls.
Here we see clips of classic mummy movies through the past. Mainly black and white and some colored ones, but then there's something odd about these. Like, they're rushing towards some type of place and area, but yet I can't quite put my finger on what this advertisement is about. Let's take a look further and see what it is.
Mummies everywhere, all rushing to Carvel.
Well, of course! Carvel! Because when I'm thinking undead mummies that have been dead for about 3,000 years in Walgreens bandages, I'm thinking about sugary sweet delight. Okay, to be fair, this cake absolutely looks delicious. And these ghosty cones actually look nice too. That cake would have been at least $30 today, but back in the early 1990s and 80s, it was a mere $10. Yeah, $10 cakes, actually not bad of a price, and to be fair, if my brother saw this, he would have immediately went to Carvel and picked it up himself.
The Halloween cake, $9.99.
Here's a cool ad from the early 80s. A poor little kid actually has lost all of his trick-or-treat candy.
I lost all my trick-or-treat candy.
So, his little friend, in a ghost costume, actually gives him some of his candy, which is none other than multiple different types of Hershey candies, from Hershey's, Mr. Goodbars, and something called whatchamacallits. Gee, I never really heard of whatchamacallits.
All my favorites.
There's also Kit Kats and Rolos. Lots of different types of Hershey-style candies in there. All his favorite as well. Of course, the ending I probably won't spoil for you. All I could say is, this ad is actually really, really, really adorable. And for all the candy that was actually shown on this ad, why didn't they make something kind of similar to this here in 2024? Come on, guys! That would be awesome! I'm waiting.
Sure, let me go ask my mom.
Nobody says boo to Hershey's.
Okay, I'm safe. It's a war zone out there. I didn't even know that this is going to be a war zone. Well, I'm here in the definitive Halloween bunker. I've dressed it up. So, I think it's better off that I coop up myself in here and finish off HorrorVision strong like I used to. Let's continue on with the next ad. Yeah, for everyone out there, I actually have a question. Does everybody sexually crave their cereals? No? Well, this ad pretty much showed me the dark side of actually eating breakfast.
Kellogg's Crunchy Nut Cornflakes. Golden flakes encrusted with honey, nuts, and brown sugar.
Okay, maybe I'm kind of overreacting. This cereal commercial definitely is supposed to be a comedic place for us. But to be honest, I mean, look at him. He literally is simping over that cereal while he's eating it.
I mean, look at him. His eyes are closed, he's simping over it, eating every single part of that nice, delicious fiber, and he's literally moaning. That's like, how can I not be that critical? Literally. How?
Yeah, so why do I think this is funny? Dracula kind of gets his comeuppance at the end. I mean, literally, he runs out of time. And there's another Dracula inside a box of some sorts with the cereal in his hands, just sleeping over it for the rest of the morning.
My Kellogg's, bitch.
So yeah, Dracula eating crunchy nut cornflakes is a fine, nice ad, even though it's a little but it's probably one of the best ads for it because adults eat multigrain style cereal.
Multigrain?
Oh shit.
Did you just say multigrain?
Everybody get down! Do not ever talk about how healthy your cereal is to Tommy Gunn. Ever. Please go to the next one.
Kellogg's Crunchy Nut Cornflakes. The trouble is, they taste too good.
Enough that is, pal.
Look out!
Here's a late 90s Toys R Us ad, and as a matter of fact, it's probably one of the strangest Toys R Us ads I've ever seen, and I think it's because this family literally is probably a binger over Toys R Us. I mean, literally. From everyone, from the father to the mother to the kids, they're all lined up for all the tricks or treats and stuff. But what's even stranger is the mother transforming into different monsters. I mean, she turns into a werewolf and a witch. That is creepy.
No, seriously, I think she practices black magic.
What else can I say, bud? I miss the good old days.
Bring the entire family to Toys R Us for a Halloween selection so huge. It's scary.
Look what's rising out of the pumpkin patch this Halloween.
This is a certain type of product that I actually think should make a return. The pumpkin cutter, scoop, and light are probably one of the most fine things for little kids to actually learn how to carve and make their own jack-o'-lanterns in a very safe manner. With the pumpkin cutter, it's a very easy way to actually start cutting your pumpkins up without actually cutting yourself by accident. The pumpkin scoop actually makes it 10 times easier and less of a mess for kids to pick up seeds and whatever that gunk is. And the pumpkin light, it replaces pretty much very dangerous, highly flammable candles, and it actually glows nicely. The main issue I heard is that the batteries for that pumpkin light were awful. In my opinion, I think I heard they were those disc batteries, and nobody, including myself, don't like the disc batteries, especially on the modern lights. For this one, I think it would be bigger, but they would have to put AA batteries in this pumpkin light, so at least it can work properly. All I want is a product that actually people can enjoy. We have self-carving jack-o'-lanterns nowadays, so imagine bringing these types of tools back just for the self-carving jack-o'-lanterns. It would not only sell well, in my eyes, I think it is a good comeback for a product that literally is absolutely needed today.
Pumpkin cutter products available at Long's Drugs and Safeway.
Here's an ad for a pretty old retail store in Wisconsin that actually is still around today called Ragstock.
Honestly, I kind of like the idea, but it's not needed nowadays in 2024. The concept is pretty simple with Ragstock, and it's mainly around using recycled clothing from, well, other clothes, other costumes that were used on Halloween.
So you could be your own superhero, monster, rock star, anything, from a vampire to your own, well, Superman or Spider-Man.
Visit Ragstock at 327 State Street, Madison.
This Halloween, give the safe treat.
Now this ad, I think, is probably one of my favorite ads ever. This is the Eastern Seals Safe Halloween Coupons ad. While it's nothing special today, back then I think it meant a whole lot more. It centers around basically, well, disabled kids that are being treated by this coupon. Good for any local stores or restaurants available nearby. And it kind of gives very good treatment to a lot of the kids that are disabled. I myself are one of those disabled kids, but I was born at a time where these things don't exist anymore. And I have a disability known as autism. I think everybody knows Autism Awareness Month and a lot of those other awarenesses for so many different types of disabilities, including this. Eastern Seals, in my opinion, should make a very good comeback here today in 2024 because it is one of the most wholesome things ever. Imagine if they came back for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I think a lot of people would be very happy, including the kids that are in dire need of help. And we can make a difference today.
Safe Halloween booklets are now available at these fine stores. Support a safe Halloween for children everywhere.